everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as they always do. Here are my full-time thoughts. The West Ham won, Tottenham Hotspur won at the London Stadium in the Premier League. Let's start off by talking about the team sheet. As predicted, even though I didn't want this to happen, Fabianski was in goal, with a back four of Soufal, Kehrer, Zuma and Creswell, Rice and Souček in the defensive midfield positions, with Ben Rama in the number 10 position, either with Bowen and Fornals on either side of him, and Antonio up front. No Skamaka in the squad because apparently he's out with a illness. Maybe he's egg bound, who knows. But yeah, he was definitely out. Nice to see Paqueta has got his visa in time to play at some point. It was great to see him on the bench. Obviously, of course, we all know he came on. But let's talk about the first half. It was a back-to-basics, Allardyce style, piss-poor performance from West Ham. No interceptions, hardly any tackles, apart from when Declan Rice lost the ball a few times, which I'll come on to in a minute, especially just before the break. I hate to say it, guys, but Rice had an absolutely piss-poor game. Even by his own standards and our standards, he was terrible. As I said, he gave the ball away, and unfortunately that led to the Kehrer own goal as a result of it, because we just didn't do anything, basically. We might as well just stood there and let them score. But having said that, though, Antonio, the first 10-15 minutes, really positive play from West Ham. Took a little bit longer to build up than it should have done, but say 10-15 minutes into the game, we look really solid. We look like we're really going to attack them. Antonio hit the upright, the top part of the right hand side of the post. Sorry, my brain's a little bit all over the place. I had to have a Heimlich manoeuvre from one of my housemates before we were recording it. No, seriously, I had to. So apologies if I'm a little bit all out of sorts at the minute. But yeah, it was not easy to breathe before I did this video. But yeah, so as I said, it was poor. It was terrible. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that don't understand football and have blamed Kehrer being shit at home once again. It was brilliant against Villa. Other than conceding that own goal, which is disappointing, of course. But he had an unbelievably good game. Really, really good game. Creswell had me worried a lot of the time. Zuma, bits and pieces, did some really good blocks and challenges and that sort of thing, but at the same point, quite a shaky performance from him. Rice, as I said, just really didn't. He seemed all over the place in the first half. He genuinely did. Souček had his moment, obviously scoring the equaliser in the second half. But going 1-0 down, I genuinely said to the guys around me, there's going to be boos again, like there was against Brighton, because we were terrible. Ended up speaking to a Spurs supporter on the way home, and he was saying we were the better side for the majority of the game. In fact, all of the game, I think. I can't disagree with him. I thought we played much better in the second half. Rice was very, very close to being booked for that challenge he made on Højbjerg, I think it was, just before the break. Any other day, that's a booking or sending off, because if he was last man, Jesus Christ, that would have really put us in it. But as a second half comes around, playing better, better movement from everybody. Of course, the crowd lifted when Paqueta was warming up and then took his training bib off. Was it 65 minutes in, give or take? We had our chances. Paqueta could have scored. Antonio could have scored and should have scored. It should have really ended 3-1 minimum. Spurs looked like they didn't have any chances, anything decent at all. Obviously Fabianski made some saves here and there, but in the mix of it, we looked the better side. I mean, obviously, in terms of the stats, I mean, yes, all right, Spurs had more of the lion's share of possession, but we had the same amount of shots on targets as they did. We had more shots at goal than they, only just, mind. But yeah, the Spurs corners were terrible, which is good for us. Cheating all over the place. That was never needed to go to VAR for the penalty in any shape or form. You could see it live. It was just ridiculous. Why that took so long to make a decision? It's just absolutely piss poor. And then obviously Coots had to be the referee, sorry, had to be passed over to go and have a look at the screen, and then just ruled it out, quite rightly so, because it bounced off 2 Spurs players. So how Cresswell was involved in the mix, I never fucking know. But anyway, it happened, and we got a decision overturned for a change, which surprises me, bearing in mind Stuart Atwell was on VAR. But anyway, so you can look at it that we've played 5 games and we've got 3 points out of the last 2. Or, we're unbeaten in 4. Technically, 4 out of 5. The last 4 out of 5 games, including the Europa Conference League. Great win against Villa, and a good healthy point tonight. But it should have been more. It really, really should have been more. Hopefully, Skamaka's going to be okay. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the preview for Chelsea. So look, keep an eye out for that. Then obviously we will have the watch along for the Chelsea at 3:00 kickoff on Saturday as well. So keep an eye out for that. To make sure if you haven't already done so, please do like, share, and subscribe. As always, put your comments in the comment section below. But as I say, I'll be able to give you more information tomorrow. And of course, also it's the end of the transfer window. Well, as of now, the end of today. By the time you guys get to see this, but yeah, I hope you guys are keeping well. Hope to see you tomorrow night, because we're going to do a live roundup of the transfer window. I can't really see anything being done between now and 11 o'clock tomorrow night, or tonight, depending on when you guys actually get to see this. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you really soon. All the best now. Take care.